You have the most KOs in UFC welterweight division history. What is it about your striking and your ability to go in the cage and just annihilate someone's life? Like, what is it about you that you feel the need to do that?
Because I don't give a fuck. I mean, straight up, right? Like you've been in there enough times. You know, if you care, it's bad. You know,
in what way though? Care in what way? Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but
no, he's right though.
My objective was never like winning and losing. Like I was like, I'm gonna kill or die. It's not a win or a loss. It's a kill or die. Like I never cared if I died in there. But I live that way every day. Like when I go run the stairs, like I don't care if I die running the stairs. Like if I say I'm doing 20, I'm fucking doing 20.
But do you have that same mentality for training? Because like you hate training.
That's what I'm talking about.
You would not die in training, but I feel like you would die in the ring if you were fighting.
I hate training, but I still train hard though. That's what people don't understand. I still train hard, but I hate it. I didn't always hate it. I started hating it once I got all these damn injuries. And it seemed like every time I try to do something, something hurt. And I always felt like, man, it's a test. It's a test because my life was super hard. And then, you know, started fighting and everything. Things got better. I started becoming successful, started being able to afford things to take care of my family, right? And then I'm thinking about taking care of my family. That's the only reason why I started fighting. You know, I helped put my little sister through college and do all these different things and all these damn kids. And I'm doing this shit and it ain't for me really. And I'm trying to train and shit hurt. I'm like, I must really love
It's the worst, ain't it?
It's the worst.
Yeah.
And that's when I started hating it. But I still train hard.
But I bet when you start a training session, you'd be willing to die to finish that training session.
No, I quit.
Will you?
No, I'm joking. No, I push myself.
He ain't joking.
No. If I'm training for a fight, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Be honest. Yeah. Was there a point in your career where you were willing to die in their training?
Yeah, and died in the ring, died in the cage.
No, in the ring for sure. We've seen that. But you never came off to me as a guy who enjoyed training. Like I'd go see you as a kid and you were having a lot of fun. You had Lambos, you had girls. It was fun. It was cool. Like you didn't come off as a guy who was like training hard. It looked like you were just the best.
No, I train hard, but I have to have fun while I'm training. I got to laugh in between and stuff like that. I got to joke around. But if you watch my training, I train hard. Ask TJ Dillashaw.
Oh, he said it before. That's what I'm trying to figure out because I've known him since I was like 20. And the way you talk about training, I follow your Instagram, of course. That's why I've been DMing you and I watch all your training technique videos. But you never, as a kid, you know, you remember things differently. I would show up there. He had Lambos, hot chicks. He was like always dressed up nice. I'd be bringing him gear that we were making. He'd take some photos. I never remember you like training hard.
No, I train hard.
Yeah.
I train hard when it's time. But I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I would sandbag, like certain times, like you know, when I was training with Colin Oyama on Saturdays, we had like track days where we just had to do sprints and then do jump squats and stuff like that. If I wasn't in training camp, we did that year round. If I wasn't in training camp, I would sandbag because I do believe in such thing as overtraining. I do believe in that.
See, I don't.
Oh, you for sure. I can agree with him. Have you watched his Instagram? This guy's in the gym every day working on technique, showing technique. There's no way. You train probably what, every day?
Not now.
Oh, okay.
But I'm in the gym every day.
Jesus.
Are you retired now? What?
Yeah.
How long you been retired?
Well, I officially announced it like a couple months ago, but like I was kind of retired before that. I don't remember exactly when.
You don't remember your last fight? How many?
Oh, my last fight was last May.
Yeah.
But I was kind of planning on fighting again and then just didn't.
The older you get, it does get kind of harder to get up in the morning and go to the gym. And
that was never my problem, really.
Yeah, because you love training.
I fucking love it, man. Yeah, I love being in the gym training.
So what's the reason for retiring?
Probably like more money than anything else. Like there really ain't that much money in this sport.
As a fighter?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Right? You know, I mean, you make money outside of sport. You know, and that's why I tell the youngsters coming up, like, you know, everybody dream about getting to the UFC. I'm like, that's cool and all. You got to use the UFC though. Don't let the motherfuckers use you, man, because they will.
Yeah.
Because see, I never negotiated my contract. I negotiated once. I went to Dana one time. I went to his office and we talked for about 2 minutes about my contract. I said, Dana, I think I deserve this much money. He said, okay, you got it. You want to go see my Ferrari? I was like, all right. You know, so, but I was never like about that shit.
You represented your own self?
Mm-hmm.
You never had a manager?
I had a manager until the sponsored Reebok started.
Why is
before that? Well, because they would just get, you know, your Condom Depot and dude wipes and all that shit all over your trunks, you know what I mean? Yeah. But after that, I was like, what do I need a manager for? Like, all he's going to do is, like you can't negotiate with the UFC. You know what I mean? I don't care what manager you are. You call in the UFC, they're telling you what the deal is. Like what are you going to tell them? No.
But what do you mean? Like you can't sit there? No.
Now, like you do other things.
Wait, why you make a face?
Because I understand what he's. I understand what he's.
But like, see, you do other things though. Like you do the boxing, and you've been in like a lot of different promotions and shit. Like I was only in the UFC.
You know, because he came up from the Ultimate Fighter, so his contract was always locked in a certain way. So his was different. Me, I come from Pride. I come from different things. So
and you fought for the title too.
Yeah,
things start changing when you get up like that.
So
I never fought for the title.
Yeah, you can have more negotiate powers, but I always felt like the guys that came up through the Ultimate Fighter, the UFC feel like they made them. So it was harder for those guys to negotiate.
Yeah,
understood.
And like I said, you fought for the title. It's different. Like now you got some power. You know what I mean?
But you got more fights than that guy that won, because I don't even remember him for some strange reason. The guy you said.
He only fought like 4 or 5 times in UFC and then quit.
Yeah.
I was the last person. I was the last guy from our show that kept fighting.
Yeah, because
everybody else did.
Yeah, because CB Dalloway, he didn't.
He got in that lawsuit and shit. And
what lawsuit?
He's like part of that
antitrust.
Yeah, he's like part of that shit. And like I don't think they're gonna hook him up anymore.
What is that?
the UFC, the antitrust lawsuit.
Yeah, what is that?
So the FBI or something was saying years ago that the UFC is monopolizing MMA, and these big wigs attorneys they got with Kung Lee, and Kung Lee headed a lawsuit against the UFC, the antitrust. And I got in the lawsuit. I ain't gonna lie, I got in it, and because they told me everything. They said, "Yeah, man, you would have made $60 million more dollars if the UFC hadn't been doing whatever they was doing." And
like
said,
buying all the other leagues, not letting you
No,
negotiate?
it's not that. They said that they messed up the economy.
Like if you got your fair share of the revenue.
Yeah, I would have made. I would have made 60 million more.
Wow!
But there's 2 different lawsuits. So CB's in on the second one. That's the one with Kung Lee, which goes 2010 to 2017 or 18.
Okay.
And then there's one like 2018 or something until the present. And that's Cajun Johnson started that, but CB's in on that. On both the lawsuits, there's like they're called lead plaintiffs. And there's like Kung Lee, Kyle Kingsbury. I think Nate Corey was in, but I don't think he's in anymore. But there's like 5 or 6 guys. And then CB's in on the second one, which is for injunctive relief, so the first one is for money. They're saying like we're owed this money that you're talking about. The second one, they're saying you all need to change the contracts. And that's why I don't know like all the details, but I know that like they have a sunset clause now. You know, like Francis use that shit.
Yeah.
What's that sunset clause?
So like after the end of your contract, your negotiating period is, it used to be like what, 3 years or 4 years, something like crazy shit. Like you weren't going nowhere else basically. Yeah. And now it's like 1 year. Oh, that's why Francis waited like a year, and then
it's a way how to tie in. I'm not sure how UFC does it, but I know in entertainment, it's a way how to tie in talent. Like say for movies, for example, if you did a big movie, they don't know if they want to do a part 2. They hit you with that clause, so they hold you, so you don't go do another movie and potentially ruin or damage the film's reputation.
That's not fair. That's not fair for the talent.
It's not fair, but sometimes they do reward those clauses with more money, more bonuses, incentives, values. I don't know the UFC's deal. I can't speak on that.
So you still got a year before you can say you want to do some boxing, or just say you want to do some.
I actually talked to them about it, and they said they'd let me go. So.
So if you go talk to Dana, he'll let you leave to go do another organization?
Yeah, sometimes. Some people will. You know, it's like what they don't want is someone like Conor McGregor right now, going and fighting, getting his brand all big through the UFC, and then ending his contract, fighting out his contract, and then going and doing a boxing match next month. You know what I mean? Or starting his own promotion or whatever it might be.